Hey guys, Magister Covington here. So at this point, you've probably been told that today you guys are going to be doing classwork based off the tense identification stuff that we worked on a little bit yesterday and that you did last night for homework. But because I can't be in class today, what I would like to do is to just sort of walk you through your homework real quick and just make sure that you guys have correct notes to go off of for this upcoming classwork today. All right. So we had done the first three in class yesterday of this first chart. So we're going to go ahead and just do the rest real quick, and I'm just going to kind of explain them to you very quickly as I go. If you have questions, feel free to ask a neighbor or something. Just, don't be too loud to disturb the other students. So our first one here is scripticity. And, oh goodness. Our first one here is scripticity. So when we look at this, we see the isti ending. So immediately we recognize that as a perfect ending. Okay. And we see that not only is it perfect, but it is, hold on, I'm trying to change the width of the line. Make it bigger. Go, yay. Okay. We see that it's perfect because of the isti ending. And then the S there, right, is one of our XSUVs. We see scriptsy is the third principal part. So we know that that's on the active side. And so isti, that second person, so you wrote. That's what we should have had. In went to Eurant, immediately you notice it's two words, so you know it's passive. And the ERA tells us pluperfect. So here, they had been found. Okay, Doke Bontor is next. This one here with the BA in there is a tell that this is imperfect, and the tor makes it passive. So here, the entor is they. So I'm not going to write this one in because I kind of went over on the other line, but it would be they were taught. That's what you should have had there. Bitor, the BI makes this future, and the tor makes it passive. So here we have he will be loved, or she will be loved if you're a Maroon 5 fan. Rogator is the next one here. This one, just with the tor, tells us that it's passive. And here, there's nothing actually really special about it. It's rogare. We just cut off the RE, so it's present. So we just have he is asked. Narata sum, again, two words, immediately passive. Here, sum tells us that it's perfect passive, and the sum is I. So I was, or I have been told. Okay. Scripta errant, again, two words. So again, passive. Scripta, okay, is going to make this pluperfect. Well, sorry. Scripta errant is going to make this passive. The ERA is what tells us that's pluperfect. Errant. So here it's NT, so they had been written. And that sounds kind of weird, but if we actually look at it, scripta and NT, that's plural. So here, obviously, this is neuter, our subject of whatever sentence this would be in. So it's likely that this is something like the things had been written, or the words, verbum, which is a neuter word, would be the, had been written. So just kind of keep that in mind. Again, vulneratus est, our third one in a row with two words. We know that's passive under the ding-ding line. The est, just like the sum up here, tells us perfect. Okay, so here we have masculine ending with us, so we'll use he, just like we did up here with wenti. But anyway, so vulneratus will do he was wounded, right? Or he has been wounded would be acceptable too. Ube buntor, we have bunt, so that's going to be future, right? The UR makes this passive. So here, they will be ordered. Okay? Portatai sunt. All right? So here again, two words, passive, and then perfect because of the sunt. Okay? Now it's AE. We're going to use they, but we're actually talking about something, a group of, something that's feminine here. Group is something plural, we know because of the I, just so you know. So they were carried. Sorry if you can't read any of this. Laudor, all right? This one, again, passive because of the R. All right? with that, it's just sort of laudo plus the R. So this is actually just a present passive. It's going to be I am praised. Garant. This is pretty simple. UNT, I mean, there's nothing really special about it. No BA, nothing. This is present active. So this would be a very simple one. This is kind of a Latin 1-1. They wear. And then scripta errant, you had that one up here. Oh, look at that. Okay. So it turns out you got that one twice. So this one is the same thing as up here. Pluperfect passive, they had been written. All right. Page 2. Okay. So here's your next page. All right. We take a look. We did the first two already, pugnantes and then facti. So you guys already have answers to those. So we're going to start at 3, dicturus. Here you see the UR inside of it. So we know immediately this is a participle. Okay. The tense, because of the UR, would be future active, right? It's a future active participle. The case of it, because it is a participle, well, the US is very simple here, nominative. So we would just say about to speak. Very easy. Ductos, okay? This one comes from the fourth principal part of duco, ducere. So because it comes from a fourth principal part, it is a perfect passive participle. The OS is a very clear accusative ending, and this would be having been led. Rogatorum is next. So for here, for rogatorum, we have a clear fourth principal part, rogatus, with an orum ending. Now, orum tells us immediately genitive, right? And because this comes from the fourth principal part, again, a perfect passive participle. So here we would say, having been asked. Now, really, if we were in a sentence, there would be something genitive this would probably go with. So it would be, I saw the money of the men having been asked to leave. I don't know, that's a weird sentence, but, this would have to agree with something that's genitive plural. So that's the best I can come up with. Amare here, very simple. The RE on the end, dead giveaway. This is an infinitive. It's actually just a regular active infinitive. And infinitives don't have tenses, so we don't have to worry about that one there. So just a regular active infinitive. They also don't have cases. So, I lied. Infinitives do have tenses, you just don't know that yet. So for right now, this is just an active infinitive. It's actually a present active infinitive. We'll learn that this year. But here, amare, okay, active infinitive for you right now, it's just very easily to love. Amari, okay, this is, we changed that last D to an I. That's the only change we made. Now we've just made our infinitive passive. Okay, so now these other two we can just kind of X out, and instead of to love, to be loved. I think we did that one in class. Amata, okay, again, same word, just the fourth principal part here, right? Amatus aum, perfect passive participle. You're going to get really used to these this year. You're going to see them a lot. Now with the A, okay, we're thinking ai, so definitely a nominative action here. Okay, however, if we think it's really amatus aum, so this could be nominative singular, but it could also be, if this was a neuter word, e o m o a, orum is a is. We could also have accusative plural if this was neuter. It's probably something you might not have considered last night, but we could have a nominative singular feminine or an accusative plural neuter. Okay, either way though, the translation would be having been loved. Okay, amantem, I see the nt inside of it. Very simple. That makes it a present active infinitive. The em is a sort of a dead giveaway for accusative, and that would be loving. Ingredients, very simple. NS right there. I already know that the NS on the end of it is going to be sort of a giveaway that this is nominative. Now, if this was a neuter, remember, this could actually be accusative too. So here it could be nominative or accusative. It is a present active participle because of the NS. All right. That should say participle up there. I don't know what I did there. So it's a present active participle, and it would mean entering. Okay. Kogi is our next one here. We had the word kogo, kogore the other day, to force. All right. So now we have kogi. All right. We cut the whole ERE off and put in the I. That makes this a passive infinitive. That's how I form the passive infinitive for third conjugations. The whole ERE drops out instead of just that ending like we had on amare up here. That E dropped out and changed to an I. Here it's the whole ERE and it changes to an I. So we have a passive infinitive. So this word means forced. Now we have to be forced. And then very lastly, we have puniri. Here, again, all we've had taken is punire. Change that last E to an I. So now we have a passive infinitive. And we've changed this from to punish now to be punished. And that's what we would have. Okay. So you're going to do this exact kind of thing on your classwork in a second. So go ahead and hopefully you've corrected it. Keep in mind you may use all of your notes, all and any of the notes that you have on your classwork. Okay. So that's what you got. You got the rest of the bell. Good luck, guys. Thanks.